Hey guys, it's that time of year, time to share my annual favorites with you. So today we're going to be doing drugstore favorites, also some indie brand favorites, and some nail favorites. So if you guys would like to see what I have in this beautiful bag full of my drugstore favorites, then just keep watching. My grandmother gave me this beautiful bag. I don't know where it came from, but this like brushed velvet with a beautiful bow and gold detailing. Really cute. So I didn't want it to go to waste. So let's jump into all the favorites. Okay, so I feel like I should start off with my indie brand favorites because there's only a few of them and I didn't know where to put them. I will put my flops in my high-end favorites video, so I thought I would include the other ones in this video. So the first one would be two products from Tati Beauty, which sadly is no longer in existence. It is her gorgeous Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette right here. I love this palette. And also her little mini blendiful puff. I use this one for setting my under eyes almost every single day. I have several of them and I'm very sad that I can no longer get them, but I had to mention these. These were two favorites of the year from a new brand. So sorry to see them go, but glad I picked them up while I could. Next is a perfume from a brand that's like newer to me, but I know they've been around for a little while. It's Kierin NYC. You guys have probably seen this on my Instagram. You've heard me rave about it in favorites videos. This is the Rose Ink perfume, and I've gone through 2 of these bottles already. 2. Now they do have a new scent out that I also love, and it is this one, Pear, which is like a fresh scent, but this one is like rose with a hint of sweetness to it. And I'm not a rose person. I don't like rose facial mist. I don't like rose oils. I don't like rose candles. I don't like rose anything. But this smells amazing and I love it. So I had to mention it in my 2021 favorites. Highly recommend. And then my last indie favorite is from the brand Salt New York. Again, I've posted about them a lot on my Instagram. They make these cream tints and these gorgeous palettes, of course. They're zipper palettes, magnetic, have a mirror. But they make these square pans of contour shades, highlight shades, or lip and cheek cream tint pros. And I love these. It really allows you to customize your blush shade. I particularly like the Spice and Terracotta one in the winter, and then they have like a rose and a peach one that I love in the summer. It's in my larger palette, but I just wanted to show you what they look like. These are fantastic and they're always running deals. So definitely check them out if you love cream face and lip products, and they last a long time on the lips too, which I really like. So that was my favorites for indie brands. There were only a few. I haven't dove into too many indie brands lately, but I plan to next year, so stay tuned. For nails, I have 3 favorites this year. The first is a polish brand that's new to me, which is Live Love Polish, which I believe is now Mooncat Polish. I think they rebranded and they've kind of changed course a bit, but some of the polishes are still available. I love how like duochromy and reflective these are. Jam Session is probably my favorite. I kept it in the box. It's so pretty. I have it on my Instagram stories. It's like green and gold and blue and purple and rust and yellow. It's so pretty. So I'm a big fan of these, and these last a good solid week on me without chipping. So I'm really impressed by that from being a liquid polish. My second favorite is actually what I have on my nails right now. These are the Color Street nail strips. I have 2 right now, and I love that I can do little designs. You can kind of see that I did little pine trees. So they are strips of polish, and you cut open the bag, you place them on, you rub them on, and they're good to go. They are actual polish. It's not a gimmick. So I love being able to like customize and make nail art with them. It's really fun. I've been using them for about a year and a half now. Big fan. And the third one is actually a press-on nail. So I have my liquid polish, my polish strips, and a press-on nail. Now I've tried Kiss, I've tried LA Color, I've tried Dashing Diva, I've tried Impress, which I think is Kiss. And surprisingly, my favorite is the Dashing Diva press-on nails. They are pre-glued and they are also numbered, so you can tell which ones are which size, which I appreciate, because sometimes just looking at them, you can't tell, oh, is this the same as this one? Is this one bigger or smaller than this one? So the little plastic pull-off tabs are numbered, which I appreciate. So that is one reason why they're my favorite, and they've lasted more than a couple days on me, which other ones have not. So we've covered indie brands, we've covered nails. Now let's get to the drugstore makeup favorites. Starting off with primers, I don't really use primers consistently. but I do use sunscreens consistently. So I almost always use Neutrogena sunscreen. I previously used I think it's called the Rapid Wrinkle Defense Moisturizer with SPF. It comes in like a bluish gray squirt bottle. Love that one. I've run through multiple of them. So right now I am trying this one, which is the Bright Boost Moisturizer Sunscreen SPF. I also like this one. I think I prefer the first one I mentioned, but I have not run into a Neutrogena sunscreen that I haven't enjoyed. So that's why they are in the favorites for this year. For foundations, I actually have two. The first one is a tried and true favorite for the last several years. It's the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I'm in the shade 10 Light Beige. I love this. This is full coverage. It will last all day. It's amazing. But one that I recently discovered is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and I mix the shades 0.5 to 2 with shades 3 to 4. You can see how loved mine are, and this one is already down to here. I've used about half of it, and I've been using this for about 2 months now. And this one, which is the darker shade, is about a quarter of the way gone. I mix these two together. This is beautiful, medium coverage. It doesn't need to be set, and it lasts all day. It gives you not a shimmery finish, but just like a very healthy, youthful finish. It is stunning. I just hate the packaging. You can see how dirty it is, and it like collects down here. Packaging is definitely a fail, but the product itself is A+++. Highly recommend. Glass bottles, so just be careful. My favorite concealer for the year would have to be this one from CoverGirl. It is the CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Concealer. I use 3 different shades. I use 805, 800, and 820 all mixed together depending on where I want to highlight, where I want to just kind of neutralize. So fantastic coverage. It even covers active acne, which is very challenging to cover for me. I use it under my eyes. It doesn't look heavy. I just think it's a fantastic, fantastic product. And I've been using this for probably 4 or 5 months, and I really haven't gone to anything other than my high-end favorite concealer and this. So that says a lot. It's been pretty consistent in my rotation. It's really, really good. My favorite powder for the year is probably the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, and probably also the pressed powder. I use the pressed powder in translucent under the eye, and you can see I am almost out of it. Same with this one. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's getting pretty low. This is the Fit Me Loose, and that's the Fit Me Pressed, and this one is in Fair. This one is in Translucent. I will dust this one on the face when I want to set it, but like I said, lately I haven't had to with that new L'Oreal foundation. So if I'm only setting the under eyes, I use this one. If I'm dusting all over the face, I will use this one. For blush, I have 2 favorite. I have a cream and then like a putty favorite. The putty favorite will not surprise anyone. It is again the Neutrogena Cheeky Wink Flushed Blush. I believe you can only find this at Walmart, and I actually don't know if they're still making it. This shade is so beautiful. It's like the perfect peach with a hint of gold for my skin tone, and I love it. I think this is the second blush I've had, so it is possible to use it up, especially if you love it as much as I do, and I do have it on my cheeks today. It is stunning. Every time I use this, I'm just like, I love the way my blush turned out today. I have not had a bad blush day using this. And the second product is a newer one from Pixi. It's the Pixi and Louise Rowe Cream Rouge Palette. It says it's for lip and blush, and I have used it for both, and I really love this. I just wish that there was like a brown tone and a more terracotta tone. It would be like my perfect blush palette if it had those 2 things. But I like that you get some like mauve tones, you get a peach, you get some reds, you get some deep wines for like deeper skin tones. There aren't really any purpley tones if that's what you like, but for me, this is beautiful. I just take my Smashbox little blush brush, stamp into the colors I want, stamp it on. I can use it on top of powder. I can use it on top of cream, no issues. Highly recommend. I think you can get this at Target. It's a really good one, and you've got pretty much every color you can think of, except for the few that I mentioned, but it's great for me. For favorite bronzers of the year, I actually have 3, and they're all for very different times or different occasions. My like all-time favorite is this one from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It Sun-Kissed Bronzer. I use the shade 1 in this one. It is like a very neutral bronzer with just a hint of sheen to it. Not really a shimmer, just a hint of sheen, and it's very, very flattering when I am fair to light skin tone. Love it, beautiful. I'll use it as my contour and bronzer. When my hair was auburn and when I had a little bit more color, I liked using this one from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Bronze Please La Terra Sun Powder for face and body, and this one's in the shade 3, and this one pulls a little bit warmer, but again, still has that golden sheen to it. And I don't know what it was with the brownish auburn hair and this color bronzer was a beautiful combination. So I'm not using this one as much right now as I was like a couple months ago when my hair was darker, but it is beautiful. Highly recommend this one. And then in the summer, when my hair is blonde and I have a bit of a tan, it's the Catrice Sungasm Illuminizing Bronzer, which has more of like a rosy tone to it. It's hard to explain. You can see it right there. It's got like a rose tone bronze to it, which is very unusual. And it definitely has more of like a pearly sheen to it than the other two. So I have my like neutrally one, my more warm bronzer, and then my rosy bronzer. This is so beautiful for mimicking like the sun's rays on the face, that natural pinky tan with a hint of glow. Stunning. I can't stand the name, but the product itself is beautiful. My favorite brow products this year all come from NYX Cosmetics. First off, we have the brow glue. Mine is pretty gross from dipping it in over and over and over, but I love to use this for spiking up the brows and getting that feathery brow look. But then for filling in like bald patches or sparse areas, I use the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen, and I have 4 different shades that I rotate between. I have taupe, I have caramel, I have brunette, and I have espresso. So depending on what the color of my hair is, how tan I am, how dark I want my brows to go that day, I will fill them in with this, and this is what I have on today, and I love the combination. You can go very, very natural, or you can go very intense, depending on what you prefer. Drugstore highlight was a tough one for me. I haven't been wearing a lot of highlight this year. It's mostly been like, honestly, I've just been going over my cheekbones with the sponge that I applied my L'Oreal Hyaluronic Tint because it had a natural glow. And that's been what I've been using on the high points of my face. No highlight was really necessary, but I did discover this beauty this year. It's the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter in Daybreak Glimmer. The packaging is pretty disgusting, but the highlight itself, stunning. Love. So, so, so gorgeous. Love. For eyeshadows, that was also a struggle. I've been pretty much staying in the high-end shadow world this year. I haven't really tried any new ColourPop. There was nothing from Revlon or CoverGirl or NYX or Maybelline that really impressed me this year. But I did have one from BH Cosmetics, which I consider like drugstore prices, and one from Ulta brand, which is also like drugstore prices. So from BH Cosmetics, it's the It's My Raye palette, and I don't think this came out this year. Actually, I'm fairly certain it did not. But I love this color story when I'm looking for something colorful or warm. Really, really pretty colors. And then when I want something more neutral and toned down, the Ulta and Black Widow palette is beautiful. I took this one on vacation with me last winter, I think, like Easter break of this past year. I love that you can go gray tone. I love that it has a black. It's got some greeny tones, some burgundy, some brown, some tan. Like, it's really easy to work with, and that's why it has been a favorite this year. So 2 shadow palettes this year. Not really drugstore, but drugstore pricing. All right, for mascaras, I had 2 drugstore mascaras that I raved about this year. The first one being the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash Mascara. Not just the So Fierce mascara, it's the Big Bad Lash Mascara. Now this one is getting a little old, so I don't mind opening it again to show you, but it's like a slate hourglass, super fluffy with bristles, and it coated my lashes so inky black. I loved it. And then the other favorite is this one from Wet n Wild, the Big Papa. Now I had to buy a new one because my stopper broke, which I was so sad about. I'd only had a chance to use this for like 2 weeks and then the stopper broke. But I mean, it's like a $4 mascara, so I really shouldn't complain. But that's what the wand looks like. I get full fluffy lashes with this one, so highly recommend. Lip product, since we've been masking, shouldn't be a surprise. The CoverGirl Ulta Matte Liquid Lipstick. These do not budge under masks. I love the shade range, but my favorites have to be Prosecco Pop 100 and 180 Beautiful Day. Now, I think they added this one this year. This one is 160 Cafe Latte, which is just like a very nudie shade. I'll pop this one on the inside of my lips to give them that like powdier look. So honestly, my favorites are probably these 3 shades. I feel like you can't go wrong with this, and I hope they don't discontinue them because this is probably my favorite liquid lipstick formula that I have discovered from the drugstore in a long time. And then 2 lip balmy products. The first one I'm sure I've mentioned before is this Chapstick Total Hydration Vitamin Enriched Lip Night Serum. Love this. If your lips are dry or chapped, buy this. Put it on at night, and in the morning your lips are refreshed and soft and hydrated. And my husband had surgery in November and was not able to breathe out of his nose for weeks, so his mouth and lips dried and cracked so badly that this is actually his, and he's already run through probably half of it. He loves it as well. So you get 2 recommendations from this household for this product, so highly recommend. And then a newer one that I have been trying and really enjoying is the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows Miracle Balm. And I believe you can use this on like your skin or your lips, but I use it on my lips, and it's been my like prep product. I put it on my lips before I start my makeup, and then by the time I actually get to my lip liner, my lips are soft and hydrated and ready to go. So highly recommend. And that is it. So in this video, we covered my drugstore favorites for the year, my indie brand favorites for the year, although I feel like I might have forgotten 1 or 2. If I did, I'll mention them down below, and my nail favorites for the year. Let me know down below what you guys have been loving from the drugstore this year. If I haven't tried it, I will definitely check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Oh, and stay tuned for my high-end favorites coming soon. Bye.